Good morning, folks. We're back. Goodness me, it feels like I've been away forever. It's the 4th. It is the 4th, isn't it? Yeah, it's the 4th of January. I've had 2 weeks off, so I'm hoping that you're all still going to be here this morning. And today marks the very first Property News feed live of 2021. So please do say hi, folks. Make sure you introduce yourselves. Tell us where you're from. We do the shout outs, then we can get straight into the property news. Hi, I'm Rick Gannon. Welcome back to my channel. So folks, welcome back. It's great to see you back here. I don't know, it's been 2 weeks. It's been a long time and I've not had that much of a break away from social media and live feeds for a long time. So first of all, folks, what I'd love you to do, it's the first show of the new year. So could you click on that share button and just get this out to everybody out there to make sure that we can share all of the latest breaking property news to everybody that really wants to see it. Now, we do have a little bit of etiquette here. So if you are new, what we normally do is we ask you to say hi and tell us where you're from. Then we do the shout outs, then we do the property news. So let's get straight into that this morning. So first of all, Manoj, good morning. You're giving me the thumbs up there watching on Facebook. Sarah, good morning. Happy New Year from Lymington. Paz, good morning from Brighton. Happy New Year to you as well. Miesko, good morning from a frosty Cambridge. Julie, good morning and Happy New Year to you. Nice to see you back here. Peter, good morning. Happy 2021 from Ipswich. Phyllis, good morning. Happy New Year to you too, watching from London. Emma, watching from Ashford in Kent. Happy New Year. Kim, good morning from Teignmouth. Great to be back. It's great to be back. It feels a little bit odd. Feels like, I potentially we're going to be sort of presenting to an empty room. But Adnan, good morning to you. And Kumi, good morning, everyone. Happy New Year. Mark is saying hi from Colchester. And Julie, of course, you're in Hemel and you clicked on the share button. Thank you. Good morning, Martin. Happy New Year to you from Martin in Warrington. And Dal watching from YouTube. Happy New Year to you as well. Helen, good morning from North Hants. And to Kay watching from Cheshire. There we go, folks. We're here. We're all here. Let's get that banner up. That's the Happy New Year banner. Should we do some property news? That's why we're here, right? Don't forget to click on that follow button, folks. When I go live, you don't miss any of my future shows. And please do carry on clicking on that share button. So today, let's have a look. What's been going on? Now, most of the news bulletins and the news editions have closed over Christmas. We're only just starting to get back up again now. So I've compiled a few things that I think are probably quite important for us moving forward. So the first one is from propertyinvestortoday.co.uk. So that's a shout out to them. So with 2020 wrapped up and many anticipating the year ahead, Tom Bill, who is the head of UK residential research at Knight Frank, has provided a commentary on how the property market will fare in 2021. And they say, speech marks, it is fair to assume that the first 4 months of 2021 will bear little resemblance to the rest of the year. Such a diverse range of factors will pull the UK property market in different directions early next year that buyers and sellers are likely to respond in an equally wide-ranging way. Any useful assessment of what comes next can take place later this year. The autumn selling season will provide early clues as to what the post-COVID normal looks like. So what are the factors that we need to consider? Overseas buyers may face the twin effects of a stronger pound and higher rates of stamp duty from April due to the introduction of a 2% surcharge. Now, will that be enough to slow the inevitable release of pent-up demand in prime London and home county markets after international travel restrictions are relaxed? To a limited degree, possibly. The surcharge is likely to act as a brake on price inflation and be used as a negotiating tool by international buyers in Q2 of next year. As if we hadn't had enough of clocks running down in 2020, the government's furlough scheme, April, and the stamp duty holiday, March, are due to expire in the early parts. So there are many questions surrounding the somewhat unknowable effect of ending the furlough scheme. And what we know is that the events of 2020 will produce a mixture of winners and losers. Something not apparent when looking at the economy through the lens of the high street or the hospitality industry. Finding reference points from the past is equally as tricky for them to put the report together. Overall, the impact of the scheme ending is unlikely to produce a cliff edge moment for the property market that many are expecting. Any discomfort as the economy reshapes could be more gradual in terms of its impact on the ability to purchase and the desire to purchase a new home. More broadly, demand for property in the suburbs and country will remain strong, even against the backdrop of a vaccine rollout program. Viewing and new buyer registration figures at the end of 2020 indicate the escape to the country trend isn't going away. The memory of what could be a 12-month series of lockdowns will ensure it remains a relevant consideration, even if its longer-term impact may not be fundamentally transformative. That won't narrow the scope for the contrarian bets, including on central London flats, especially as international travel restrictions are relaxed and overseas demand picks up. So that is the opinion of one person, I do have to say. It's going to be very difficult to look into that crystal ball, looking into the first quarter of this new year. Could very well still be propped up by the government stamp duty land tax holiday. Now, I've been over on Clubhouse this weekend and I've been in a lot of property groups. If you're not on Clubhouse, try and get on there if you can. Are you on there, folks? Just type in your handle if you are on there. And I've been listening and stalking myself. And a lot of people are talking about the stamp duty land tax holiday and they think it might be extended, etc. Now, I did a report before we went into Christmas break that the government actually made an announcement and they stated that they had no indication and they had no appetite of extending the stamp duty land tax holiday. Now, that's not to say they won't, because obviously we know the government can change things literally at the drop of a hat. But because of that, if they don't extend it, the furlough scheme stops. I think the property market will start to come down and we'll start to see a notable change in conveyancing times and property staying on the market for longer and price reductions probably coming into quarter two. Those are my predictions on that. I'd love to know your thoughts on that, folks. You know, obviously the only thing we can go on here are predictions, because this has never happened before. We can't go back to the last pandemic and judge it based on the back of that, because it's not happened before. But I think the whole economy, because of the way the economy is, the debt that we're in, the unemployment rates that are likely to go up, inevitably it's going to bring the property market down. I don't believe it's going to crash. I don't believe it's going to come down 15-20%. I think the reductions and the corrections are going to be in the lower tens, or maybe even into, sort of 5% and below. But we are bound to see a correction. I think it's the only thing really sensibly that is going to definitely happen, because of the way the economy is. Okay, let me just turn this banner off, because we've said Happy New Year now. Lots of people still saying hi. Rick Hugh Rock, well, thank you very much. And you too. It's a very nice comment. Good morning, Hong Kong, for the first time watching live. Alan, thank you, Alan, for watching here. So, folks, are you on Clubhouse? Now, I know it's not particularly property related, and I'm going to do a separate feed a bit later on Clubhouse and my experiences of what it is, what it does, what you can benefit from. Now, Clubhouse is a new social media app. I'm not going to do too much about it now. And for property investors, it's proving a very popular platform for networking at the moment. Now, I don't know how it's going to affect Zoom or Skype or Rooms or whatever it's called these days, and even Facebook. But if you're not on Clubhouse, then please do download the app. It's only available on iOS because I think it's going to be one of the next big things for marketing your business and, of course, for networking as well. So if you are on, let me know. If you're not, let me know. It's on an invite-only basis at the moment. It's quite hard to get on. So next in today's news, big news, Connells. Connells has made it clear that the innovation and technology it has put into lettings are key to identifying the approach it will take to running Countrywide's operations when its acquisition is finally completed. Now, on New Year's Eve, Connells revealed that its offer for Countrywide had been accepted and that the acquisition would be completed in the first few months of 2021. When describing its credentials for taking over Countrywide, much emphasis was made by Connells of the importance of keeping what it calls a well-invested high street branch network, coupled with a diversified brand portfolio. It has subsequently made clear that it sees little likelihood of branch closures of the Countrywide network when the firm fully integrates later this year. Many Countrywide branches have in any case already been culled in the past 3 years. And Connells says it will continue to be what it describes as a driver of innovation and cites its early investment in the likes of letting repair service, Fixflow, and rental deposit alternative company Zero Deposits. Its investments have allowed Connells to offer an increasingly attractive proposition to customers while generating long-term resources to further invest in its core business. Connells, a subsidiary of the Skipton Building Society, currently has around 600 branches across the UK, most of which operate letting services as well as sales. Its numerous brands include Connells, Sequence, Allen & Harris, Bagshaw's Residential, Barnard Marcus, Brown and Merry, Fox & Sons, Jones & Chapman, Manners & Harrison, Roger Platt, Shipways, Sweetenhams, William H. Brown, Sharman Quinney, Peter Allen, Birchall Edwards, Gascoigne Hellman, and Rook Matthew Sayer. It was one of the first agencies to try and then abandon an online experiment, and it closed its hatched online agency in 2018, insisting it could never make a profit and claiming the public made it clear they wanted more traditional agency models. In addition to lettings and sales, it operates diversions, handling mortgage services, conveyancing, EPCs, surveying, asset management, as well as land and planning consultancies. So there you have it, a big acquisition there, folks. Sarah's saying, what is Clubhouse? Sarah, join me at 12 o'clock. I'm going to do a live on Facebook about Clubhouse. So join me at 12 o'clock and all will be revealed. Peter saying, was sent an invite to join Clubhouse, but can't because you don't have iOS. That's a shame. Good morning, Ron from Cardiff. John saying you'd love to join, but you can't get it on Android. Happy New Year, by the way, and all knowledge is appreciated. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm going to do a Clubhouse feed, folks, today, just to sort of talk you through what my experiences are. So next on today's property news, and by the way, folks, please don't forget, if you like this, please do share it to your community so we can get this feed out to more. The government is considering stricter tier structures for the coming weeks as the number of coronavirus infections continues to rise. Now, we know that we've had this. There is concern amongst some agents, though, a new tier 5 could be very detrimental to the lettings industry. So Chris Ellis, the managing director of Harrison Homes, said, how can I say to my team that they cannot see their family over Christmas, yet they can take people out on viewings? So under current tier 4 rules, non-essential retail units are closed, but the official guidance from the Ministry of Housing, Communities and Local Government says you can still move home. People outside your household or support bubble should not help with moving house unless it's absolutely necessary. Estate and letting agents and removal firms can continue to work. More specifically, the guidance says agents should ask clients whether they have shown symptoms or have been asked to self-isolate before going ahead with any viewing or visits to offices. If viewings are conducted, they should be done under strict guidance, including the wearing of face covering, and with agents not to drive clients to properties. Would agents drive clients to properties? Do they do that? Just think of the security elements involved in that. That just takes me right back to Susie Lamplugh, you know. Do agents actually drive clients to properties? COVID-19 cases across the UK are at a record level and are increasing as new, more transmissible variants that is affecting more children than before continues to spread. So I think the argument here is, how can we not spend time with families in gardens outside like we did before in the tier 2 up to 6 people, but yet we can still go and do viewings with strangers and go into other people's houses? So the guidance is there, folks. If you're not sure what the guidance is, it's published on the .gov website. It is very clear. You can't go into the property with more than 2 households, so that's either you into the property with the current household or the tenant prospect. So you can't effectively go into the property with them. You would have to let them go in, making sure the tenants that are inside have vacated where possible and have left their bedroom door open if it's for that particular viewing, and making sure then that when the tenant prospect comes out, you go in and sanitize the house. That's what the government guidelines are. It's a little bit topsy-turvy right now, and obviously with the new tiers as well, I expect to see further guidance probably coming this week. Any comments on that, folks? Lots of people talking about Clubhouse. Okay, join me at 12, folks, for Clubhouse. I'm going to do a Clubhouse update at 12 o'clock on Facebook just to give you my thoughts on what it is and how it can benefit you. Finally today, a landlord leader has hit out at a council's selective licensing scheme, suggesting it is bureaucracy for bureaucracy's sake and nothing more than a money-making exercise. South Tyneside Council is introducing the scheme into 2 designated zones in South Shields, claiming it will drive up housing standards. Landlords will have to operate with a licence awarded by the council, which demands a fee of about £550 per property for a 5-year period. That's pretty cheap. What are your licensing fees, folks, where you are? Do you know? We are running at about just shy of £1,600 per property. Now, that's gone up in the last 8 or 9 years from £1,100. It's phenomenal now. That's for a new application. What are your fees in your area? Landlords will have to operate with a licence awarded by the council, but Colin Campbell, chair of the local Landlords Association, has told the Shield Gazette and the council itself that it is nothing more than a money-making exercise. He says, legislation already exists to drive up housing standards, and that landlords penalised by the scheme are those who already abide by the rules and pay to register. Campbell also claims rogue landlords would not identify themselves as letting properties anyway, thereby dodging the fees and undermining the scheme. Selective licensing is bringing good landlords down for no reason, and it's bureaucracy for bureaucracy's sake. A council spokesman said that the private rental sector plays an important part in South Tyneside housing market, but some areas present challenges where properties have been subject to neglect, leading to increased antisocial behaviour, general area decline and a higher turnover in tenancies. The introduction of selected licensing in these areas provides the council with an opportunity to drive up standards and reduce turnover in some of the worst privately rented accommodation areas. There you have it, folks. That is today's news feed over, the first one of 2021. I'd love you to share my journey. I'd love to share your journey. So please stick around on my page, folks. I am going to be here at least twice a day doing live feeds. I'm going to try and give a bit more content this year. The thing is with the content, it takes a lot of time to prepare. I can't just go live and just talk and waffle. It's got to be good content. It's got to be content that people get value from. Otherwise, it just turns into waffle. And I don't want the page to do that. So I'm really working very hard on all of my social media platforms at the moment to provide you with that free content on a daily basis. So if you do enjoy it here, please do share, please do click on that follow button, and I will see you back here tomorrow. Now I'm going to be live at 12 o'clock today, midday, just doing a little bit of a live feed on Clubhouse, what Clubhouse does, what you can sort of get from Clubhouse, how to get into Clubhouse as well if you're not already in there, and hopefully you can join me on that. So folks, thank you so much. Just looking at the comments, anything else coming back in, try and join me. Thank you very much. Paz saying you're not a Clubhouse member, but you are interested. Miesko, you're not in. Steve saying good morning. Kim saying, hey, hope you're settling into Tamworth well. Would be good to meet when we can. Who's that? Steve. That's Kim and Steve talking together there. And Kay saying thank you, and Sarah saying thank you. So thank you folks for joining me today. I'll be back here live tomorrow at 8:30. If you are on Clubhouse, head over there in the next 15 minutes because I'm hosting a live networking event at 9:30 on Clubhouse talking about HMOs. Okay, see you later folks, take care. Hi, I'm Rick Gannon, welcome back to my channel.